Hey there, Get Fit Nurses, it's Coach Sean, and in this quick video today, I'm going to teach you guys how to get fully committed with your weight loss program and teach you how to stay motivated and excited with your program so that you ultimately reach your long-term goals. And I want to say thanks for watching this quick video. If you guys are watching this, it means you're a brand new member to the group. Hope you guys are off to a great start. What I suggest you do right now is grab a pen and paper and take notes on this. And the great thing about this video is you guys should be able to pause the video as you're going through it, so that way if you need to catch up, you definitely can. And I highly suggest that you guys watch this video not only once, but I watch it 2 or 3 times. Every time you come back and watch it, you're going to remember something that you previously forgot. And if you have any questions about what you learn, or if you want any help with this training video, you guys can just go ahead and friend request me on Facebook and message me, or you can just go ahead and post it inside the Get Fit Nurses Facebook group, and I'll be more than happy to help you out with this. Now, what you're about to learn is really powerful. If you guys apply the education that I teach you today, it could really potentially change your life. It's changed the lives of hundreds of nurses that I've coached in the past 22 years. So if you really grasp everything and you apply and you take action, it can definitely change your life as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So this is an important step when you're trying to lose weight. The first thing that we're going to talk about is a little bit about goal setting and what I call guideposts. Now you need to set goals to keep you focused and on track and moving in the right direction. And it's important to have, again, what I call guideposts, because if you're not moving towards something, you're moving backwards, and you don't ever want to backslide. You need to stay motivated and constantly remind yourself why you're trying to lose weight and get back in shape. And then you have to be fully committed with your new weight loss program. On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the least committed and 10 being the most committed, you got to be a solid 10 for it to work. Because if you're not, it's not going to work, and you're going to waste your valuable time. So the first step when you guys are trying to lose weight and get back in shape is you want to go ahead and set number 1 is you want to take measurements. This way you have a baseline to measure improvements from. In anything that you want to change, you want to take measurements. So probably get your scale weight, maybe your pant size, maybe you want to take your blood pressure, get out the tape measure, maybe get your waistline, your hips, maybe get your body fat percentage, measure your thighs, arms, and chest. Whatever you want to change, you want to have a baseline to measure those improvements to actually see if your weight loss program is working or not. And this is actually going to determine then if it's working, because then in a couple weeks you can go ahead and evaluate again, and if it's not working, then you can make program modifications. Now, step number 2, then, after you take those measurements, you want to set your goals and then set up what I call the guideposts. So I would set a long-term goal of like 6 months. So let me give you an example. Let's say your 6-month goal is to lose 25 pounds. What you want to do then is you want to reverse engineer those goals and break that long-term goal into a short-term 4-week goals. So your 4-week goal then would be to lose 4 pounds. Your 8-week goal would be to lose 8 pounds. Your 12-week goal should be to lose 12 pounds. And if you keep hitting your 4-week goals, you're eventually going to hit your long-term 6-month goal. Now, every 4 weeks, like I just mentioned, then at the end of every new month, you want to evaluate your program and actually see if it's working or not. And if it's not working, if you're not hitting your guideposts every 4 weeks, you need to make a modification to your program and get you back on track. Sort of like a GPS system in your car. Let's say you're on a road trip and you got your GPS programmed. If you get off track, the GPS gets you back on track again. So an assessment if you do it properly every 4 weeks. So if you don't hit your 4-week guidepost, you got to make a course modification and get you back on track to your goals. And this is really big because this helps prevent backsliding. Most people, when they're trying to lose weight, they just do the same thing all the time. They don't evaluate if it's working or not. Eventually they plateau and then they quit. This helps prevent that, because if you're making course modifications every 4 weeks, you're always moving towards your long-term goals. So you guys can see this is powerful what you're learning. So write this stuff down and watch this video a couple times. Now that you set your goals and you got your guideposts, you need to identify why those goals are so important to you, and and this is your motivation, and you want to dig really deep and you want to get emotional with yourself. So I highly suggest you get like a journal and call it your body transformation journal or your weight loss journal, and you want to keep that with you at all times. And what we want to do now is identify then why those goals you just set are so important to you. Now, don't just tell yourself you want to lose 25 pounds. Identify why that goal, again, is so important. And again, you want to dig deep. So maybe you want to lose the 25 pounds because you can't keep up with your grandkids and you want to enjoy the time that you have left on this earth and have fun with them and create memories for them. That is something that will motivate you and get you through any obstacles or challenges that you're running into, compared to just saying, oh, I need to lose 25 pounds. Number 2, maybe you want to lose 25 pounds because your doctor's told you that if you don't lose the weight, you got to go on blood pressure medication. That's powerful. Nobody likes taking medication every single day. Medication always has good effects, but it also has side effects as well. So that's something that'll motivate you and get you going in the right direction. Maybe you need to lose the 25 pounds because you're just too embarrassed to be intimate with your significant other, and it's affecting your relationship. That is really powerful. If you guys write something down like that and you read it once or twice a day, it's really going to keep you motivated and get you through any obstacles that you're running into. And maybe you just need to lose the 25 pounds because you're in a lot of physical pain. Maybe you can't walk up the steps without your knees hurting. Or at the end of the day, your knees just hurt so bad that you got to go ahead and take some kind of pain pills, to help relieve the pain a little bit. Maybe by the time you walk up steps, you can't breathe. And maybe it's affecting your career. Maybe you're a nurse right now and your weight's affecting your career. You just can't keep up like you used to. That is something that's very powerful, and that'll motivate you. I would write that down in a body transformation journal and read it once in the morning and once at nighttime. And again, identify why these goals are so important to you, because that'll keep you motivated. 1, it'll get you up off the couch in the beginning, and 2, it'll get you through any obstacles that you're running into. So that's just what I just mentioned here. Again, write it down in a transformation journal, and anytime you don't feel like eating correctly, read your why statements. Anytime you don't feel like exercising, if you're exercising to help lose the weight, read your why statements. And anytime, again, that you run into a plateau, read your why statements. Your why statements, if you write them down powerfully enough, they will get you through that plateau. Now, step number 3 then is you got to get fully committed with your weight loss program. So you got to sit down and ask yourself, okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the least committed and 10 being the most committed, how committed are you? Well, maybe you tell yourself, okay, I'm a 6 right now. Then you need to ask yourself, okay, what do I need to do to get higher up on the scale? I got to get to a 10 or it's not going to work. Well, maybe you don't have time after work to exercise, so you need to set your alarm clock 30 minutes early in the morning to exercise every single morning so you can just get it out of the way. Maybe you start doing that and you're like, okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, I was a 6. Now that I'm going to start working out in the mornings, I'm an 8. But what do I need to do to get up to a solid 10? Well, maybe you need to get your significant other or your husband on board to understand why you have to make these changes and why you got to start eating differently so that you can get the results that you want. And again, you tell him your why statements and why it's so important to you. Get your significant other on board with you to have a good support system. You say, okay, I was a 6. I'm going to start exercising. Now I'm an 8. I got my husband on board with me. Right now I'm a solid 9 then. But what do I need to do to be a solid 10? I need to be 100% effort into this. Well, maybe you need to hire a coach for knowledge, give you support, and hold you accountable with the weight loss, the nutrition, and the exercise. Maybe if you get a coach or somebody to hold you accountable, then you're going to be a 10. But you have to get to a solid 10 for your program to work, because if you don't, if you're only 80% effort in, you're only going to get 8% of your results back, and you're going to wind up disappointed. So on a scale from 1 to 10, you got to be fully committed. Now, when you guys apply this education that you're learning right now, it works. I'm just going to show you a couple quick past coaching clients of mine. I'm trying to think of this lady's name. I know she was 60 years young when she coached with me, and she dropped 30 pounds in 9 months. Her name was Roxy, and she had just lost her husband, and she was looking to make a positive change in her life, and I'm proud to say that she made a tremendous change in her life. This one, her name was Jackie, and she dropped 40 pounds, and she applied the education that I just taught you along with my Fat Method program, and she dropped 40 pounds. So when you guys apply this education, it works. It's just not stuff that I'm making up and trying to, show you, that I have a little bit of knowledge. You want to apply this knowledge, and then it's going to work for you guys. You're going to get the results you're looking for. So here's what you guys learned in this quick video today. Number 1, you need to set goals so that you're moving towards something, and then evaluate if your program is working every 4 weeks, and make program modifications every 4 weeks. If you're not hitting your guideposts, you got to make modifications. Number 2, then, you got to identify why those goals are so important to you. You got to write down 3 to 5 why statements, write it down in a body transformation journal, and carry that with you like it's the Bible everywhere that you go. And then number 3 is you got to be fully committed with your weight loss program. Again, on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the least committed, 10 being the most committed, you got to be a solid 10. You got to be fully committed, and it only works when you get to a 10. All right, so your action steps, what you guys should do right now after watching this video today is take your measurements and then set a long-term goal for about 6 months out, and then break that up into short 4-week goals. Those are what I call guideposts. Again, write down your why statements in a transformation journal and get fully committed on a scale from 1 to 10. Get to a 10. Now, these are education. This is education that I teach my coaching clients, every single day when they're on my Fat Method program. So I hope you guys look into it a little bit more. I would love to help you. You know, I can give you all the education in the world, but the only really way that I can help you guys is if you hire me. So I really want to say thanks for joining the Get Fit Nurses Facebook group. I hope you guys enjoy the group. I hope you guys learn something from the group like you learned something today, and I hope I get the chance to help you guys achieve your weight loss and fitness goals. All right, everybody, make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.